I wish there were more Zion Williamsons in the league because I like guys who dunk and I like guys who initiate contact. I like physical throwback players, and I think Zion Williamson does that, and Antonio's now joining me live. You know, it's interesting. I think Zion is a blast. I love him. I love his game. Are you a little surprised how effective he's been? I saw a stat the other day. He's shooting 66% in the month of February. That hasn't happened since Barkley in '83. Are you surprised at all by his effectiveness?
I'm not. You know, the thing is, if you go back to the beginning of last year, prior to everything going on with COVID, I was blessed to be at every practice of training camp. So the moment that Zion got there, I was blessed to be there for the entire journey. And to see how dominant that he was, not just with his own team, but in the preseason of that time, you knew that he was going to do some special things. What has surprised me, I think, more than anything, and maybe it took Stan Van Gundy getting this head coaching job, but he's unlocked something special. He's unlocked the point forward, you know, sort of like Giannis, where Zion's initiating the offense. Because the thing I didn't know that he can do a lot, I didn't realize that his basketball IQ is what it was, and his skill set with his ability to handle the basketball is what it was as well. So what we're seeing this year is a little bit different Zion, and they're moving him all over the floor.
Yeah, no, he does initiate the offense. And, you know, he always had great self-awareness as a college star with the shoe incident. I always thought his quotes were very self-aware. I wasn't that self-aware at 19, 20 years old, so I'd like to hear I like to hear you say that. So I got to be honest, James Harden, Kyrie, Kevin Durant, that just felt like tinderbox emotionally. Are you a little surprised how effective it's been?
On our SiriusXM radio show, I put Brooklyn the moment that James Harden was traded to Brooklyn to go to the finals. This is the thing. We kind of forget the era that we're in the NBA. This is a scoring era where it's extremely difficult to play legitimate defense. All of the rules favor the offensive player.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you what you do. You give me Kyrie Irving's talent. You give me Kevin Durant's talent. You give me James Harden's talent, and we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Give me the talent first. And I'll figure out the rest later. Everybody's worrying about the wrong stuff. Well, what if this guy and what if that guy? No. Give me the talent and give me the opportunity to figure it out. Give me a guy like Joe Harris, whose skill set complements exactly what they do well. Give me a guy like James Harden, who has led this league in assists and points and three-pointers made and free throws made. Give me that guy. Give me Kevin Durant, 1-1 in NBA history at 7 foot. I'll figure the rest out later.
So you told me during the break you disagreed with me. LeBron leads the NBA in minutes, and he's 38 years old. Everybody else, it's load management, it's minute restrictions, it's my hamstrings hurt. And I'm like, can you just play? I mean, but you don't, I like LeBron's sort of Akron, Ohio mantra, which is I punch a time clock. This is what I do. I would think as an old school basketball player, you'd love that.
But you know, the thing that we have to do, Colin, we have to readjust our goggles because we are not in the old school era anymore. And it is no longer a badge of honor. Guys don't consider it a badge of honor to play 82 games anymore. And LeBron James is not going to talk about, which he shouldn't. He's not going to talk about load management. He's not going to talk about games off. You know why? Because he knows that we will. So when it comes down to the narrative and we start talking about the MVP, right now, if you have LeBron James ahead of Joel Embiid or Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard or a lot of other guys that are on this list, what's your reasoning and rationale as to why? Because he has not missed a basketball game yet. So the thing is, he doesn't have to discuss the narrative about the amount of minutes that he's playing or the fact that he hasn't missed an NBA game yet, because he understands that when we talk about the end and have the MVP conversation, there has to be a narrative involved somewhere. So he doesn't have to discuss it because we'll discuss it for him.
So Joy and I disagreed with this earlier. Antonio Daniels joining us. The James Harden, Kawhi Leonard thing. I like floppers because I think manipulation of officiating is part of the game. And so you don't like this at all. I think most floppers are the smartest guys in sports, and sometimes it's acting. And I told Joy this. Sometimes when my wife, I got to pretend I'm outraged to get my way on stuff, and I flop. I verbally flop in my life, and I think it's very effective.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't blame the players for this because I'm assuming Joy said that she doesn't like the flopping.
She doesn't like it.
I'm with her. I'm with her. But here's the thing is I think it's a two-way street because a lot of times this falls on the players where the player's job is to manipulate the officials, which is exactly what you just spoke to.
Yeah.
Colin. I'm more upset for the fact that guys continue to be rewarded for flopping, not for flopping. It's the fact that they're being rewarded for flopping. Because the thing is, once players stop getting rewarded for flopping, then the flopping will cease. But as long as guys continue to be rewarded for the flopping, it'll continue to happen. I get it. This is called the game within the game.
Right.
Because if I can fool the officials to thinking that this was an offensive foul by Kawhi Leonard, or when LeBron James got thrown to the ground, if I can fool the officials as opposed to getting mad at James Harden right here and saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's flopping. That's what he's supposed to do. His job is to win the game. But my frustration falls on the fact that he is being rewarded for this, especially in a game that's this crucial at this point in the game.
That's good stuff by you. You brought a lot of energy today. I really appreciate that because I didn't sleep with crap last night, and I needed energy, and you brought it. You doing okay? You feel good during all this travel and pandemic? Are you okay? How you feel?
I'm blessed, man. I am extremely blessed. I have nothing whatsoever to complain about. My family's healthy. I just wish that we can get back to some sense of normalcy. You never really realize how important fans are until the arena, until they're not there. So in New Orleans, we're starting to get fans back in the arena, and we have a exciting basketball team with Zion, with Brandon Ingram, with Lonzo Ball. So I have no complaints whatsoever. I am truly a blessed man.
Good. Well, I like watching them play, and I love Zion. And Antonio, it's an absolute pleasure to talk to you again.
Always, brother. It's always good to see you. You guys stay safe.
All right. He works Fox Sports New Orleans. Great energy, doesn't he? Just pops every time he's on. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.